My name is Candice Bruce and my new book is called The Longing, which is out in February. Well, there are two narratives to The Longing, one set in the 19th century, one set more or less in the present time. They're both set in an old homestead in the Western District of Victoria, which has a really wonderful, rich history. Oh, well, they're terribly intermelded. I don't know how one could divide them, really. I've spent 30-something years as an art historian and really researched that area. My doctorate was done in that area. I at one stage used to sign, when people still used cheques, used to sign my cheques starting 1800 and something. I was very immersed in the 19th century, and yeah, so it's completely grown out of that work. Yes, well, Ellis is more or less sold to her much older husband by her Scottish bankrupted father. So she arrives in the middle of nowhere on this very remote sheep station and has few allies, few friends, starts to go a little bit nutty with loneliness, is very depressed and tormented, and of course, as happened with a lot of colonial women, lost many babies to miscarriages and stillbirths. And it is only when a concerned neighbour more or less sends Louisa to help her that things turn around for her. Now, Louisa's story, at the same time, at the period it's set, it's really a period of terrible conflict. It's first conflict between Indigenous tribes and the new settlers who are moving in the late 30s, early 1840s. And Louisa has really lost all her family in a terrible massacre. She escaped with her young daughter, and so she is put into service in this at this property, Strathcarron. The two women, in spite of really not speaking the same language, manage to communicate, first of all through gesture, and then as time goes on, they sort of manage to get a kind of Creole English going between them, which almost becomes like a secret language, and they bond very, very closely.